The movie begins with Liz finding a heart-shaped box in the trash. She returns home and reads cards near her sleeping daughter, Emma. Hearing laughter outside, Liz hides the box under the bed. An older couple sees her, and then her mother and Richard arrive. The next day, Emma happily leaves with Liz. Liz drops a written message and drives back home. As she drives, she remembers reporters announcing her husband's accident. Emma asks if her dad will know where they moved, and Liz says yes. A dog runs into the road. Liz brakes, but the car hits it. Tristan rushes out, frantic about his dog, Zeus. Liz offers to drive them to the veterinary hospital. They argue in the car and arrive at the vet. Zeus only has a fractured leg and bruises. Tristan cries with relief as Liz and Emma comfort him. They leave the hospital with Zeus, and Tristan warns Liz about her driving. Liz and Emma arrive at Kathy's. Kathy is curious about Liz's return to interior design, but Liz is unsure. Kathy mentions their peculiar neighbor, rumored to be on the run, and advises Liz to lock her doors. A firework explodes in the sky, and Liz retreats to her room, overwhelmed with memories of Stephen. She falls asleep with Emma. The following day, Liz meets her old friend Faye at a coffee shop. Faye is thrilled to see her and offers her a job. They reminisce and catch up. Later, at home, Liz reminisces about Stephen in her front yard. She wanders into the woods and finds a rock engraved with her and Stephen's initials by the spring. She spots Tristan bathing in the water, but he avoids her when Zeus barks. That evening, Liz observes Tristan eating through her window, but he quickly draws the curtains. Later that night, Liz glances out her window, and Tristan immediately closes his curtains again. Faye texts twice, offering company, but Liz declines. Suddenly, Faye appears at the door with friends and drinks, and Liz reluctantly lets them in. Tanner and Liz are delighted to reunite. The three friends raise a toast, and Faye suggests having Sam, her worker, change Liz's locks. Tanner offers to mow the lawn, but Liz declines. He asks about her return to interior design, but she remains uncertain. The following day, Sam changes Liz's locks and offers her a ride to the cafe. At the cafe, Liz attends to customers, while across the street, Tristan arranges miniature artifacts in his shop with an elderly man. Later, Liz visits Tristan's shop and buys a book, insisting on paying despite the older man's offer to gift it to her. The next morning, Liz wrestles with the lawnmower, unable to get it started. Tristan notices her struggle and helps her mow the lawn. Liz invites him for breakfast, but he declines. She reminisces about her late husband mowing the lawn, and Tristan, sensing her grief, reveals that he also lost his wife, Jamie, and their 8-year-old son, Charlie. He continues mowing the lawn, a somber silence settling between them. Tanner surprises Liz by returning Stephen's Jeep, which had been towed. Later, when Emma mentions Tristan helping with the lawn, Tanner expresses his disapproval. That night, Liz drinks heavily, and Tristan, hearing the commotion, comes to check on her. She becomes ill, and Tristan gently takes her inside and gives her water. Liz, in her drunken state, asks Tristan about his life and touches his tattoo. They share stories of their loss and pain, finding solace in their shared grief. Tristan walks Liz home. Later, she watches him from her window. He turns off his light, and she does the same, but sleep eludes her. Tristan continues to mow her lawn, and Emma plays with Zeus. He helps with the flowers and clears the overgrown grass. Liz tries to pay him, but he refuses. Emma is upset that her father hasn't found them. Liz tearfully explains to Tristan about Emma's belief in white bird feathers as a sign from her father. Tristan listens quietly and then leaves. The next day, Liz and Emma find white feathers on their porch. A grateful Liz insists on repaying Tristan's kindness and finally convinces him to accept a dinner invitation. Afterward, they share beers and conversation. As Tristan prepares to leave, Liz gives him batteries for his headphones. He reminds her to cherish Emma. The following day, while Tristan mows the lawn and Liz reads a postcard, Tanner arrives. He is rude to Tristan, but Liz defends him, sending Tanner away. When Tristan mentions his water has been shut off, Liz offers him the use of her shower. She gives him some of Stephen's clothes and kisses Emma goodnight. Seeing Tristan in Stephen's clothes stirs unexpected emotions within her, and they share a passionate kiss. Emma interrupts them, and Tristan retreats to his house. Liz goes to her room and notices Tristan's window is open. Their eyes meet across the space, and a renewed desire flares between them. They make love, but Tristan stops abruptly when she calls out Stephen's name. Hurt and confused, Liz leaves Tristan's bed, confessing their shared disappointment that the other wasn't their deceased partner. Liz stands nervously in Tristan's cluttered house. She discovers a box filled with white feathers, and Tristan calls for her, reminding her that the shed is off limits. He leads Liz, Emma, and Zeus into the woods, explaining that it's his sanctuary for clearing his head. Emma playfully splashes them with water and thanks Tristan for the adventure. Later, Tristan expresses his desire to be friends with Liz, and she agrees. While he shows Emma how to mow the lawn, Faye confronts Liz about sleeping with Tristan. Liz admits her growing feelings for him, and Faye offers her support. Kathy takes Emma out, giving Liz and Tristan some time alone. He arrives with flowers, and Liz finds herself charmed when he calls her Lizzie. He leans in for a kiss, but she hesitates, acknowledging that it will change their dynamic. Liz yearns to know the real Tristan, and he finally leads her to the off-limits shed. Inside, she discovers a collection of small sculptures he made in memory of Charlie and a lovingly crafted library, fulfilling Jamie's dream. Tristan confesses his past grim thoughts, revealing the depth of his despair after losing his family. He expresses his gratitude for Liz, sharing how she has rekindled his hope for the future. Liz and Tristan relax on the couch. Liz reads aloud from a collection of letters written by her parents, and Tristan listens intently, even reading one himself. They open up about their grief and find comfort in each other's vulnerability. Their connection deepens, leading to a night of intimacy. The next morning, Liz wakes to a playful note from Tristan, teasing her about her snoring. They fall into an easy rhythm, exchanging notes daily and continuing their passionate affair. Liz wakes with a smile, eager to read Tristan's latest note. They share intimate conversation while Emma presents Tristan with white feathers, symbolizing her acceptance of him. They capture the moment with a picture. Later, Tristan entertains Emma by reading in a zombie voice, and she expresses her sorrow for the loss of his family. He reciprocates, acknowledging her grief for her father. Emma, her heart filled with affection, tells Tristan she loves him and drifts off to sleep. He tenderly kisses her goodnight, whispering his love in return. Liz's friends surprise her with a birthday party. While Liz dances with Faye, Tanner confronts Tristan, spewing insults about Liz and blaming him for his family's passing. He threatens to repeat the tragedy with Liz and Emma. Tristan, enraged, punches Tanner, oblivious to Liz's attempts to intervene until she screams his name. Overwhelmed with guilt and shame, he flees the party, seeking refuge in his shed, where he unleashes his fury, throwing objects around in frustration. Haunted by Tanner's accusations, Tristan ignores Liz's knocks on his door. Later, he finds her asleep outside and carries her into her house. She wakes and tends to his bruised knuckles, learning about Tanner's cruel words. Liz comforts Tristan, assuring him that Tanner's accusations are false. The following day, as Tristan, Liz, and Emma return home, Tanner intercepts them, begging Liz to speak with him. Tristan gives them space. Tanner reveals a shocking truth. Stephen was responsible for the accident that ended Tristan's family. He urges Liz to tell Tristan, but she hesitates, wrestling with the devastating secret. Later, as Tristan tucks Emma into bed, he notices Liz's distress, but she brushes it off. She sleeps alone, unable to face him. The next day, Tristan searches for Liz at the cafe. He apologizes to Faye and asks her to check on Liz. Faye promises to do so. Meanwhile, Tanner visits Tristan's store, offering to buy it. Tristan is repulsed by his presence. Tanner seizes the opportunity to expose the truth about the accident. Faye arrives at Liz's house and finds her in a state of despair. She advises Liz to tell Tristan, but Liz resists, fearing the consequences of revealing the truth. Her love for Tristan clashes with the weight of the secret, leaving her torn between honesty and the fear of losing him. Liz and Emma stop by Tristan's shop, but he refuses to listen to Liz, demanding she stay away. That night, Tristan seeks solace at his parents' house, where they welcome him with open arms. Liz anxiously watches from her window, but Tristan doesn't return. She struggles to focus at work, haunted by their last encounter. Meanwhile, Tristan pours his emotions into crafting sculptures and confesses his lingering love for Liz at Jamie's grave. He finds white feathers resting on the tombstone and interprets it as a sign. Liz is startled to find Tanner cleaning her yard. She confronts him, and he confesses his long-held affection for her, despite her marriage to Stephen. Liz rejects his advances, ordering him to leave. At his parents' house, Tristan reminisces over pictures of him, Liz, and Emma. His mother recognizes Liz and calls her husband over. She reveals that Liz was the woman who comforted her at Jamie and Charlie's funeral, praising her kindness and compassion. Liz awakens to a note bearing Tristan's initials, a glimmer of hope rekindled. Kathy picks up Emma, and Liz confides in Faye. Faye shares her plans for a date with Sam and informs Liz that Tristan has returned and reopened his shop. Tanner confronts Tristan, expressing his displeasure at his return. Tristan follows Tanner to his mechanic shop, where Tanner confesses his love for Liz and admits to causing Steven's passing by tampering with his brakes. He expresses regret that Emma survived the accident. Tristan, enraged, refuses to back down, despite Tanner's threats. He discovers that Tanner has been spying on them with a hidden camera. A fight ensues, and Tristan punches Tanner. He rushes to warn Liz at the cafe but is arrested for assault before he can reach her. The older man bails Tristan out, and Liz meets him at the station. Tristan reveals Tanner's confession about causing Steven's accident. Liz rushes to Kathy's to pick up Emma, but Tanner has already taken her. Liz calls the police, and Tristan comforts her. When they hear a car approaching, they run outside, but Tanner threatens them with a gun. Liz bravely hugs Tanner, distracting him, while Tristan seizes the opportunity to rescue Emma. Enraged, Tanner attacks Tristan. Liz and Tanner struggle over the gun, and in the chaos, both are shot. Liz awakens in the hospital, relieved to learn from her mother that everyone is safe. Tanner has passed away, and Tristan stays by Emma's side. Emma makes Tristan promise never to leave her. Faye and Liz discuss her relationship with Tristan. Faye then takes Liz and Emma to Tristan's shop, which is adorned with white feathers. She kisses Liz goodbye and leaves them to their reunion. Tristan and Liz profess their love for each other. He proposes, and Liz joyfully accepts. He also presents Emma with a ring, symbolizing their commitment as a family. The movie concludes with a time jump, showing a pregnant Liz sleeping beside an older Emma. Tristan joins them in bed, completing their happy family.